Welcome to the Daily. It's Tuesday, February 15th with Jonah Friedman. I'm Jason Seguini. We're out here in the greater Phoenix area at the Reach 11 complex where we watched Colorado defeat the Columbus Crew 2-0 yesterday. Today, though, plenty more action. Houston, Kansas City started off at noon Eastern time. I'll have a live chat from the sideline of that game while Jonah, you're headed down to Casa Grande.
Yeah, at 2 Eastern, we've got Real Salt Lake taking on Chivas USA, which is Robin Frazier's first game against his old team in charge of Chivas USA. It's also Real Salt Lake's last game before they head back home to prepare for that vital Champions League quarterfinal match, first leg, which comes in a week's time. It's not coming up pretty quickly.
Yeah, another interesting game that involves a different Chivas team tonight is the New York Red Bulls taking on Chivas Guadalajara in Mexico. That game can be seen tape delayed at 11:30 Eastern time on Telemundo. So if you want to get a look at the Red Bulls and what they've put together so far, now that they're playing Rafa Marquez in the back, you can check that game out later tonight. We're going to move on to some off-the-field news, new additions, I guess you could say. New England Revolution have been a team that just brought in Dabo. Now they're looking at another big player who they think can help them in the midfield.
Yeah, reports out of Italy say that Steve Nicol is looking at Fabian Liverani, late of Lazio and Fiorentina. He's more of a linking midfielder type, and this is another example of Steve Nicol going after an established European player with national team experience to add to Didier Domi and Ousmane Dabo. It's a big sign that they're trying some new things in New England this season, Jason.
Yeah, New England, plenty of work to do after last year, but it'd be interesting to see how these players are all able to mesh. Another team that's bringing in a lot of players to get a look at them is Chicago Fire. They just moved their camp down to Florida for the week, and the interesting thing here is there's some names popping up in the camp. Jordan Seabrook, for one, he's a former MLS draft pick who was playing in the USL, but the most interesting name to pop up in this camp is Gabriel Ferrari.
Yeah, Gabriel Ferrari, former US U20 national team striker, who's really sort of his career kind of went off the tracks when he went over to Italy the last few years. He's looking to come make a name for himself perhaps in MLS, but Chicago really needs to figure out that striker situation. They're trying a lot of different names, and we'll see what happens with this guy.
Final bit of news coming out of yesterday, the NASL was finally sanctioned as the Division II of U.S. soccer for next year. That's the good news for the NASL teams. The bad news, though, Jonah?
Yeah, the bad news is that they're not going to be eligible for U.S. Open Cup play, and we all love seeing that giant killing by lower division teams. It's not going to happen by a second division team this year. The negotiations came too late, said Sunil Gulati, to get those teams involved in the tournament, so hopefully we can get another surprise from one of the lower division teams. All
right, well, don't miss the live chats on the site today. Again, noon Eastern time is Kansas City against Houston, and then at 2 p.m. Eastern time is Salt Lake against Chivas. If you missed Extra Time Radio yesterday, you can download it on iTunes or Buzzsprout. We'll be back on the Daily tomorrow.